Hello everyone, here's a Photoshop video tutorial brought to you by questional.com. The question was asked by the user Jimbo. He asks, how can I create a non-destructive sepia tone and apply it to my image? Alright Jimbo, well there are a couple of ways to do it, and I'm going to show you my favorite way that's not only non-destructive but looks really nice at the very end. So let's go ahead and do that here. Alright, I've got Photoshop open and the picture I'd like to apply this to. And I'm going to start off by saying that this photo is very flat, it's very dull, it's a very boring image. And if we apply a sepia tone to it right away, we're going to have a very flat, low-key, boring image with a sepia tone. Not quite what we're going for. So let's go ahead and fix that first. So I'm going to pop over here, I'm going to use only adjustment layers to keep this non-destructive, and I'm going to use my levels for this one. And as you can see by holding down Alt or Option if you're using the Mac, I'm going to hit down 4, and it's going to bring me to my green, 3 is going to bring me to my red, and 5 to my blue. So let's going to pop over back to my red here, and as you can see there's a lot of color I'm not using fully. So I'm going to pop this over a little bit, bring some of those reds back in, and you'll notice that if you do want to do it this way, you'll notice some interesting effects midway through. So you're not going to want to look at the image until you're done altogether. Alright, so I'm going to put my blue down here. I'm going to Option 2 to go back to my RGB composite, and I think that's looking nice. It definitely increased our contrast a bit. I'm going to go ahead and play with this middle slider here, and you know I'm going to be inclined to darken this a bit, so I'm going to put it around there or so. Alright, so that's looking nice. So let's go ahead and create our sepia tone now. I'm going to go to my adjustment layers, and let's use photo filter for this one. This is my personal favorite method. And it gives you this nice orange as the default. I think that's going to work nicely. So I'm looking at my density here, and that's much too low for me. I'm gonna pop this up here. I'm thinking about there looks good. Let's use 80%. Alright. I'm gonna go back to my layers, and I'm noticing this is very monochromatic. It's a little not as exciting as I would like to see. So I'm gonna go ahead over here, and the first thing I'd like to try is overlay. I'm thinking this is going to be a bit too much. So I'm going to pop my opacity down here, use about 50% or so. You know, let me try something different. Let's go back to 100, and instead of using overlay, let's use soft light. It's essentially going to do the same thing, but be a bit more subtle, and I think that looks really nice. Alright. And I think we're done with this image. You know, actually my photo filter is still a little bit subtle for me, so I'm going to go back to that by double-clicking on the thumbnail, and I'm going to bring my density, let's try 100. Actually, that looks really nice. I'm going to keep it there. Alright. So I'm going to hit F key to go to full screen mode. I'm going to hit Shift Tab to bring just my layers panel back in, and spacebar to position my image where I like it. Alright, let's go back here. We have our original image. Here it is here, just opened up. First we applied our levels, where we increased the contrast by sliding each slider individually of each color channel. And then we put our photo filter on a soft light blending mode to really bring out those yellows and make a nice sepia tone. And then again, the entire thing is non-destructive and very easy to do. Alright, well thank you very much. This is again a Photoshop tutorial brought to you by questional.com. Pop in anytime to ask a question. I'll have a link in the sidebar, and I hope to see you there. Bye.